Hey there, and welcome back to Lexicon, the podcast where we uncover the wild, weird, and wonderful stories behind words and phrases you thought you knew. I'm TJ, your curious guide through the winding paths of etymology and linguistic evolution. And today, we're sinking our teeth into a phrase that's as bizarre as it is drenched in folklore: raining cats and dogs. Now, quick question. Have you ever actually stopped to think about this phrase? I mean, why cats? Why dogs? Why not, I don't know, raining squirrels and llamas? Seriously, where does this even come from? Is it some wild tale about animals falling off roofs? Norse mythology, maybe? Or is it just one of the things we say without a second thought? Well, stick with me. We're diving headfirst into this stormy mystery. Okay, first things first. We all know raining cats and dogs means a torrential downpour. But why that imagery? It's so vivid, it almost doesn't make sense. Naturally, that's led to some wildly creative origin stories over the years. So let's start with the most popular myth. Picture this. Centuries ago, houses had thatched roofs, and supposedly, animals like cats and dogs would climb onto them for warmth. During a heavy rain, they'd be washed right off the roof, and boom, raining cats and dogs. Sounds believable, right? But here's the deal. There's no historical evidence to back this up. None. Zip. Zero. And I don't know about you, but I've never seen a cat or a dog willing to hang out on a slippery thatched roof during a storm. So this myth? Totally busted. And what about Norse mythology? For all of our mythology buffs out there, they know that cats supposedly symbolize storms and wolves or dogs represented wind. The god Odin often had dogs or wolves by his side, embodying the fierce winds of a storm, and cats were linked to witches and stormy seas. So it's a great story, but is there any direct link between Norse mythology and this phrase? Nope. It's like finding a puzzle piece from the wrong box. It just doesn't quite fit. Then there's the idea that this phrase comes from ancient languages. Some folklorists say that it's tied to the Greek expression katadoxa, meaning contrary to belief. Others think it might come from the French word catadoupe, which referred to a waterfall. Pretty cool theories, but still very speculative at best. Now here's a grim one. In 17th century England, heavy rains would flood the streets, washing away all sorts of garbage and debris, including, brace yourself, dead animals. Now people might have seen this and said, wow, it's raining cats and dogs out there. Gross, yes. Historically proven? Not quite. So where did this phrase actually come from? Well, the earliest recorded usage we have is in the 17th century. In 1651, poet Henry Vaughan mentions a roof secure against dogs and cats rained in shower. And a year later, playwright Richard Brome wrote in his play The City Wit, it shall rain dogs and polecats. Polecats, by the way, are small ferret-like creatures, not actual house cats. So by the time Jonathan Swift wrote about this in 1738, we know the phrase was catching on because one of his characters fears it will, quote, rain cats and dogs, end quote. Now we know its earliest uses in English, but here's the truth. We don't know the exact origin. Our best guess? It's just a vivid, hyperbolic idiom, a way to say it's raining so hard it feels like the sky is throwing everything down, including cats and dogs. And you know what? That's okay. Not every idiom comes with a neat backstory. Sometimes the myths we create around the phrases that we like are more telling about us than those phrases themselves. So the next time someone confidently tells you, this phrase is about cats slipping off of roofs, well, you've got the real story. But hey, if they love the myth, maybe let them keep it. Some stories are just too fun to ruin. That's it for today's episode of Lexicon. Thanks for exploring the stormy history of raining cats and dogs with me. If you liked this episode, hit subscribe, share it with a friend, or leave a review. If you've got a favorite idiom you want me to investigate, reach out on social media. As always, Lexicon is written, recorded, and produced by me, your Logophile companion, TJ Martin. Sources and additional credits are in the show notes. Catch you next time.